Hey guys, welcome to The Strong Young Man. To the young men out there disaffected about not being able to attract young women, this episode's for you. Never in a man's life is he at more of a disadvantage in the sexual marketplace than when he is young. As a man, your early 20s are a time where you're extremely unattractive to attractive women. An attractive young woman in her early 20s has the world in the palm of her hand. Even an average woman in her early 20s has privileges that you as a man will never get access to. Young men are almost never able to compete with older men for the attention of young attractive women because younger men are almost never able to provide these young attractive women with what they want. As sad as it is to say, most young men are just completely and utterly invisible to young attractive women. It has become increasingly hard for young men in the past decade due to dating apps like Tinder and Instagram. A woman's dating profile is her method of marketing herself to men all around the world. These men can fly them out from anywhere to any place, and you just can't compete with that. Don't get bitter. Get better. Use this as motivation to improve your position. These women are chasing after the top 10% of men, and no man in his early 20s is in the top 10% unless he is famous. You must think of your situation with the long-term goal in mind. Life is a marathon, not a sprint. This strategic depth of thinking will enable you to see your life in its entirety and implement improvements that will see you become a top-tier man by the time you're in your 30s. You can become a top 10% man, and you'll have even more leverage over women than they had over you in your early 20s. All attractive women in their early 20s leverage their sexuality to obtain high-value men. Personally, I don't have a problem with this. You can do the same thing too. But unlike women, you must earn this right by leveling up to the point where you become attractive to younger attractive women. In order to become a top-shelf man, you must cultivate the traits that will attract good women. These include building the body of a Greek god, becoming financially stable, and being socially calibrated and connected. These traits take years to cultivate, and you need to start doing this from your early 20s. It's likely that the men you envy or admire from a distance did the work in their early 20s to get where they are today. Success never comes overnight. Understand that you'll be more likely to admire successful strong men as a younger man because you'll still have the potential to become. But if you don't become, you'll envy the top shelf man as you age because envy comes out when you realise you cannot get what this man has because you've left it too late. Don't be this person. Don't get angry at the game. Learn to play by the rules and you can become a great player. Another thing to understand is that men and women value different things, have different strengths and weaknesses, and are stereotyped based on sex alone. Men are an appreciating asset to women, and women are a depreciating asset to men. This is why women look to a man's future potential to gauge the appreciation value, and men look to a woman's past to gauge how much that asset is depreciated to minimise the liability. Sometimes you can attract good-looking women while young if you show solid potential, but you must eventually actualise this. In the long run, nothing will substitute for demonstrated results. How a real man handles this information will determine the strength of his character. The best approach is to swallow your pride and just accept that you are invisible to younger attractive women. Once you can accept this, you can begin to implement a strategy that can see you win at life. Adjust to the system you find yourself in. Build your knowledge of the world. Build your competences, and this will build confidence, which will translate into dominance. Things will turn your way if you do the work. Don't be disheartened, and don't get envious of older men who have worked hard to get where they are. Stay focused, and your time will come. At some stage, you'll start to see people looking at you differently. Women who were out of reach just a few years ago will start to notice you. This is because they may have declined in value, you have leveled up, or both. Don't pick your first option during this time. Things change very rapidly in your ascent into your sexual market value apex. Enjoy your time flying high for several years before electing to settle down. Something that I've noticed coming into my apex years is that I can see how women see young men as invisible. I've now seen it from both ends. I have been invisible to attractive women, and the more that I rise into my sexual market value apex, the more the younger men become increasingly invisible to me. After all, I'm a heterosexual man, and I will always notice young attractive women over young men. If you unlock your full potential, as your value increases, you also won't be able to afford the time it takes to notice your competitors in the sexual marketplace. You'll be too busy winning. Thanks for watching today's episode. In episode 103, I'll be talking about why you must always use the minimum necessary force. Subscribe and click the bell icon to be notified when it drops. Catch you then.